The Minneapolis shooting is also having direct consequences on Capitol Hill. Democratic leaders say they're ready to block funding for the Department of Homeland Security and potentially other agencies. Our congressional correspondent Lisa Desjardins joins us now. Lisa, it's good to see you. So what are you hearing from members of Congress, and is it in any way different from how they've responded in the past?
Let's start with Republicans. Notably, it was different in that very few of them actually responded initially, despite Stephen Miller and others at the White House signaling aggressive messaging. Instead, we have something almost from another time. Neutrality from some, and even some concern from other Republicans, like this from Texas Republican Mike McCall. He wrote, "I am troubled by the events that have unfolded. I believe a thorough investigation is necessary, both to get to the bottom of these incidents, but also," he wrote, "to maintain Americans' confidence in our justice system." Now, there are many Republicans who also criticize Democrats and say they're to blame for this kind of insightful atmosphere and tension. Of course, Democrats deny that. But one example is important to me. The House Oversight Chairman James Comer, he did say Democrats are to blame, but he also is not saying I should double down. He's saying instead, maybe I should pull back. Here's what he said on Fox Sunday.
This situation is only going to get worse, and I really think that there are so many cities in the United States that have issues with criminal illegals that I think they would be better received in other cities. And I hope that's something they're talking about doing right now, because, you know, Minneapolis isn't the only city.
That reads to me as looking for a way out. Most notably, there are Republicans who are calling for hearings now. One, look at this letter from Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. He's saying he wants a hearing in the next 2 weeks or so. As for Democrats, I've spoken to so many, they are as incensed and also focused as I've seen them, especially on ICE. They do not want any ICE funding to go through without changes. And indeed, that funding is up for a vote potentially this week. Here's what Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, wrote on Twitter. He said that Democrats will not provide the votes needed for that. What's that mean? Well, that funding is attached to a bunch of other agencies, too, so we could be in for a shutdown.
And the shutdown would affect far more than DHS.
Yeah, let's take a look here. These are the agencies that are part of this funding package. These are some of the biggest agencies in government: defense, HHS, transportation, housing, and all about 70% of the funding that Congress controls. Democrats want to pull out the HHS part of it and deal with that separately. But my reporting is Republicans so far are denying that. They say Trump can have executive actions to curb ICE. Well, you won't be surprised to hear that Democrats don't trust that. They want a legislative fix here, and we really are heading toward a potential shutdown.